This is volume 2 of the basement tour. Last time we met, we were considering framing the basement and getting it ready for the beginning. We've come to kind of a seam in the project. We've finished the framing. Thought I'd give you guys a quick tour.
And I want everyone to notice, last time we did this, his hair was much shorter.
Oh yeah, we're like
at the beginning of the quarantine.
Day 53 of lockdown. Getting shaggy. So, the basement's starting to take shape. Got the framing up for the most part. The framing is pretty good. Carrie and I both spent a lot of time down here doing it. Got the beams kind of framed in. They're not racked and they're plumb, relatively straight, but there's a lot of sins. But as you can see, we've got the basic rooms outlined. We've got this is the hobby room. Carrie tells it the murder room. But we've got the 60-inch opening for the dual 30-inch doors. Inside of here, the same room, but you know, you can see the walls defined. We've got the furniture in here right now, just because this isn't getting flooring and we've got to make room out there. This isn't where this furniture is going to go. But this is going to be the hobby room where I do winemaking, beer making, beer processing, this type of thing. It's going to be a wet room, which is why there's a floor. We're going to be putting the FRP on the walls and so on. There's going to be a big all my stainless steel is going to be in here. The sink is going to be over there. Come on in. This is going to be a 36-inch door for storage. Come in here. Pretty roomy. This is kind of a mechanical room, kind of storage room. In here, you're going to see tanks that are unused, wine bottles that are unused, access to the awesome sub panel that I put in, completely virgin as of yet, but we do have it wired in. There it is. Got 100 amp coming across here. And in the future, we're going to have 100 amp coming in here for the barn. That's a later thing. The triple sink is going to, or the triple compartment sink is going to go over there. It's going to have another slop bucket faucet here. Stainless is going to go around this room. So not much more than that. We got to do lights and stuff and still in here. We have the idea behind this door was for wine fermentation. The idea was I want to be able to get a hand cart through here. I got a hand cart, a pallet jack, if we call it, through here, and then through this door. So I think we have plenty of room to get a pallet jack through this door, and that would carry grapes from the vineyard in the back into here. That's the long-term plan. Well, come on down. Here around the furnace and water tank and whatnot, you can see this, what we call a mechanical room. Got a couple of notes taped to the air ducts on how we're building this, but that's the only room that's not going to be drywall on the inside. We're having drywall put on all the surfaces. Across here, there's going to be a door here under the stairs. This is I think about a 28-inch door. It's a small door. Small light's going to go in there. Wall. This is the laundry room / storeroom over here. Kind of the same room. Have a couple lights in here. Drywall on both sides. We're leaving that bare. It's kind of a wet area, so we didn't really want drywall. We're going with painted block. Continuing down this long wall, we've got what will be my new office. My new office is going to be in here. It's kind of an odd shape. It goes has a couple of kind of weird alcoves. I'm thinking my desk is going to go here-ish, maybe. not certain. Radio stuff is going to go over here. So I'll have probably a desk against the wall or a bench over here. That's kind of the plan right now. This is our sump pump inside of here. There will be a manway. I'm going to have to frame in. Still not done with framing. Going to run a light in here. I'm going to put a kind of a hatch in here. Not a full door, just something I can like a cabinet door I can open and step through. Also going to put a faucet in here. The idea is if I never needed to rinse something that I didn't want to be in the septic, I'm just going to rinse it right in here. It's really it. One of the things that we had to do as a part of a compromise was this is the main water shutoff pressure regulator. It is here. It is what it is. I'm going to create a box that opens like a fire extinguisher box. Just kind of opens. If I need to shut things off, I can shut off here and close it. But I just going to box that in. So these are some of the details that I said earlier I'm not quite done with. Nailers like this guy right here. This is a drywall nailer. You've got to have something here to nail. And as you can see, I'm getting short on studs. I was. This is a piece. This is a piece. This is a piece. Same over here. This is a piece. We're down to not full studs. I'm just taking scraps and putting them back here. Their only purpose they serve is when we lay drywall out, something to nail to.
But look how nicely he boxed in the window.
No, so
the beams.
We're gonna frame this in and some wood in there and make it look nice. I found something else I missed. Look at this. I forgot this little one here, Carrie.
Yep, you'll get it.
Always something more to do. Always something more to do. So, thinking this right here, by the way, that's where an outlet's going to go. I started putting little wood pieces where outlets are going to go. This is the back wall of the basement. In here, we talked about the Green Mountain 80 going in, right here.
60. 60. Can't make a 6.
Frame in is come closer so you can hear me. One of the things we still have to frame in here is the exhaust. The smokestack will be coming through here, so I have to frame in a smokestack brace. So I have more framing to do. I'm going to frame in some nailer plates in here for a TV. I'm going to mount the TV on the wall, so we need some backer boards put in here, and I'm running electrical cable in Ethernet right up through here. Also going to run sound down through here, over to there. We're going to run some surround sound around through here. All of this white cabling up here you see, it's all got to go. All these switches, all of these lights have to go. I'm rewiring the entire basement. But as you walk over here, you can see the pool table's kind of in the way, but there will be a bar right here. And if you look, moving this a little bit, you can see we've got plumbing now, at least a drain line in for the bar. It's going to go behind the shower and into, this will be the shower. There'll be a shower head right here coming down. You can see the drain line for the bar comes around here, makes a left, drops into the common drain, vented. 2 drains over on this side coming in. One is for the vanity that will be right here. And the other goes into the wet room, and that's going to be for that triple compartment stainless steel. That's a 2-inch drain, and this is a 1.5-inch drain. I will say this, having this done professionally was some of the best money spent. These guys really knew what they were doing. I would have done this differently, and they said that would not pass code. You can't have a cross on top. You have to have it on the bottom, apparently, because if they're both draining, you can impinge on this guy on the bottom. So anyway, lesson learned. The other thing is that I'm boned about is this vent stack. This vent stack happens to, I think it's more random than anything else. It happens to go right up into a stud. And there's nothing that can be done about that. It's got to go left or right of the stud. They've decided to go left into the bathroom. So now, what do? So I created this soffit. It's a giant soffit to solve a small problem. Lowers the ceiling about 10 inches, which is fine. We could afford the 10 inches, but I really would have rather not had the soffit. But it's the only way I can think of to accommodate this this pipe that's leaning in. That pipe again goes over to the common vent. This will have a ceiling. This will have a ceiling. This is going to be tiled. This is more work, more framing work that's not done. You can see here there's a nailer board on this side because we're going to have cement board. It goes out to about 36 inches, which is right about there. So I needed something to nail to. Drywall comes to here. Cement board goes to there. And I got to translate that over to here. So that's more work that still has to be done. We've got to put in that same kind of a nailer board here. We're going to have normal flooring in here. We're going to have a curb here, maybe 2 2x4s high, kind of a step into a shower basin, toilet, and a regular sink basin, and I think a closet or something, a hamper or something right here. This will obviously be a wall and a full ceiling. This will be then inside the mechanical room. This will be in the mechanical room. So that's it. This is a normal door. I think what, 32 inch door? Another 32 inch door.
36?
Oh, no, sorry, that's a 36 inch door. This was built specifically so that we didn't have the same problem we had last time. When the furnace finally went, we built a kind of mechanical room like this, but the entrance to get into was really small. It was like a mouse hole. And in order to get the furnace out, we basically had to disassemble the wall, and that just wasn't going to work. So we built the wall with the door centered right on the furnace, 36 inches wide, pulled back enough so two things could occur. One, we can get that out without a problem, and I can service the filter without a problem. But almost as importantly is I can, with a dolly, get in here. Of course, we took the measurements all the way around, and we can replace the water tank. The water tank is going to be buried. So I can get to the water tank. We can do it.
Heater?
The water tank, water heater, and we can actually replace this without taking any of these walls apart. So that's the other thing. And this seems like a logical place for the out of sight, out of mind for that. Laundry won't be in here. Laundry is being moved, and all the other stuff is being moved just to accommodate the flooring, which happens tomorrow. This was a super fun wall to build. As you can see, it's got 3 different levels. Here, here, and then up here again. These are actually 3 different walls. This was my first attempt at a multi-level wall, and I made them as individual walls, but they have a common base plate. So you can see, like, this wall ends here, it's got an end stud. This wall begins here, it's got another stud. But what I've found is this works, and it works really well, except it's expensive from a stud standpoint. I mean, it's great that there's 2 studs here, but I don't need 2 studs here. So a couple lessons learned. Let's go over here and let me show you. The other side of this is a little more complicated. It has, I don't know, 3 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. Sorry, 5 levels. But I had a couple lessons learned. So here's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. But instead of treating like individual walls, I don't know if you can see all these lights. These lights hurting. On the other side, you would have seen 2 studs here because this is where one level starts and another level starts. I said, you know what, I don't need that extra stud. So I drilled them in this way and in that way, and I lost this. This wall all by itself is 11 feet, less than 11 feet. And I think it had 17 studs in it initially, my first count. 17 studs. And I said, you know, we got to cut that back. And I think right now it's got about 14. I was able to pull 3 out. 1, 2, and then this one over here. Pulled that out. Either way, super fun to build. Took a long time. Like the inside, it's real tight here, tight up here. This is a very sturdy wall. This took a little bit of persuasion to get up into place, but trust me, it is not. This was the most technically complicated wall for a variety of reasons. It was 5 walls. It had multiple heights, but it had that drain pipe up there, which provided a lot of complications. I couldn't get a 14 and a half inch cripple up between the joists. So here I solved that by just putting these 2x4s up there. No problem. Worked great. Over here on the end, I couldn't do that because if I did that, I would lower the top of the wall and then I wouldn't meet here. I would meet down here. And then what do you do from a drywall perspective? You know, it's kind of messed up here. So I had to find, and then I couldn't just put a 14 and a half inch piece of 2x4 up in here because of this drain pipe. It is just not deep enough. So what do? I ended up getting a little piece of plywood laying around, cut it, drill it, and then affix it to that. That worked well. So everything lines up, got a good nailer, and the drywall guys are going to be able to do what they need to do. So all in all, every one of these walls are cut to length. The interesting thing about these walls here is that the common rule of thumb is you take the measurements and you find out how tall these studs need to be. You take the shortest one and then you subtract an 1/8 of an inch. You build the wall, stand it up, shim it, and you're good to go. The problem with that is that these joists, and I don't know if it's this house or if it's all construction, but this house has a variance across here of probably 1 1/8 inches. So you would get some really large gaps. So what ended up happening, every one of these walls that goes this way, every single one that you see here that goes that way, involved individual stud individual stud measurement, and I had to build a cut sheet. I had to measure, you know, the distance of between the joists, and then approximate the stud length, because, you know, the studs don't match up with this. Some cases I had to put a few shims, but for the most part, if you were to look at the top of this, it's a roller coaster. These studs are all different lengths, and it's an incredibly snug fit, and it's taken a lot of the bounce out of the floor upstairs. It's a very precise. In fact, I got to the point where I couldn't use nails up here. I couldn't use nails because nails would pull out. I would use 4-inch screws that had to be pulled together with come-alongs to make it do that. So this was cut to length, stood up, pounded into place, and now it's great. Anyway, long story. We're done. We're at this point, we're ready for electrical and plumbing, and that starts very quickly. Tomorrow morning, the floor goes in. You can see the floor material all cached over there. Those guys come in tomorrow. This is the last day we're going to see concrete on this floor here. They're going to come in and grind it, sweep it, clean it, and it's going to take about 2 days to do. Once they're done with putting the flooring down, the flooring is going to look exactly like we have upstairs. It looks a lot like this. It's going to look like wood planks. And so it's going to look like a wood floor. Once they're done with the entire area, all of this here is some thick cardboard, which is going to go down on top of it, and it's going to be there to protect it while we do the paint on the top and do do the electrical and do the plumbing and do the drywall. So that's it. That's the tour. Probably get another quick update when we do the plumbing and electrical. So right before we do the drywall, I'll walk around again, and as much for anybody else that wants to see this, as much for me as well. So anyway, that's it. Cheers. This is volume 2.
Bye, Cooper.
Cooper's very interested in what's going on.